hey, it's Aaron, the Metal Theologian. So I've got a box to open up here. I'm trying not to show off any addresses, but that's a pretty hefty box. So, yeah, this came from Marty Worm. I know my mind is kind of blown. So we're going to bust it open and see what's in there. I have some clue, but man, I don't fucking really remember. So, alright, we're listening to this classic right here. It's Madhouse. There's a demo that came out in '88 that got pressed on record. And for today's beverage, we're going to drink this Paulaner Spezi, which is a German thing. It has caffeine. Yeah, it says caffeinated orange soda with cola. So we're going to see if it's really good. I mean, this is a beer company for the most part, so I guess we'll see. Actually, I've had this before. It's been a while, though. But prior to like the last time I had it, which was maybe a year ago, I haven't had it since I lived in Germany, so I'm going to try this shit. You want a sip of this? Sure. It tastes more like a lemon lime than an orange soda. And the cola is kind of light. You can taste it in there.
It smells orangey.
It smells what? Olympic? Is
orangey.
Oh, yeah. What do you think of it?
I think it tastes more orangey than you gave it credit for.
Really? Let me try it again.
The aftertaste is really orangey. It doesn't taste like a lemon lime after you get past the carbonation.
It tastes more tart than orange tastes. Like it doesn't taste tart like how.
I think that's just a carbonation.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, you know, it's pretty good. It's not the greatest thing ever. It's fun. I actually used to like this sort of thing more. They mix all sorts of weird shit in Germany, though. They'll mix, like Coke or lemon lime with beer. Which seems kind of horrible, but I liked it back then, but then I didn't really like beer back then. It was a long time ago, so. Anyway, trying to cover the address, but this is kind of a big, hefty box. And actually, I think what's in here might be a little bit surprising to regular viewers. Because there's one thing I do know about this. Excuse me. So let's bust this fucker open. Goddamn. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. It has the bind rune, return address on this. So this came from Marty's label, which you should all spend lots of money on, if, especially if you're into like black metal kind of shit that he puts out. So
It's smart if he doesn't want his address leaked.
All right. He hopes I enjoy. Awesome. Yeah, so Marty's awesome. I mean, I'm kind of assuming that everyone's already subscribed. He hasn't been doing a whole lot of videos lately. He's, just been busy with life type shit, really. But, yeah, Marty's a really cool guy. And, I don't know, I made a video once before where I kind of told some stories about how our paths kind of crossed before they actually crossed when he was writing for Metal Maniacs. So, it still blows my mind. But, yeah, so this actually is about to like quadruple the size of my CD collection, I think. Oh my god, yeah. So
Public
this is
Enemy.
Yeah, this is definitely a mix of shit.
Listening to that in the car.
Yeah, so I do have a CD player in the car, right? So there's all sorts of shit in here, and well, shit, man. Let's just go through some of it. All right, this is really kind of a lot, so I'm gonna go through fast. All right, right off. I hope Marty has another copy of this, because this isn't really the sort of thing that you have any business giving away. I can't believe there's a third Velvet Underground in here. Yeah, especially given that this is stuff that he got from a friend, so he like kept what he wanted and passed the rest along. So I don't know. I think Marty just isn't really a fan, but man, this is just a tremendous album. I mean, my God. Yeah, okay, this one, I don't know, IQ, The Road of Bones, but those are just kind of some funny pictures there. I'll share those. And, oh shit. Looks like it's a double. And look, see how it fell out of the thing? That's one thing that doesn't happen with your records. That only happens with CDs. That's fucking annoying, right? Like, you don't have other problems with the records, like seam splits and shit. So, you know. I'm not like, I mean, I'm kind of like cracking about this shit because it's kind of funny because this is literally the second time I've ever showed CDs in a video. And the first time was maybe the 6th video I ever made. You'll have to go way back in the archives, but it's still there. So the IQ. I don't know anything about this. I don't have a CD player set up here, by the way, so I can't actually even, you know, sample it like I usually like to. So, oh yeah, but you know, I kind of crack wise, but I'm not really interested in the whole like what sounds better debate or any of that. You know, I mean, I listen to records because I like records. It's not like, you know, an audiophile type, like I just sit and like focus on the records thing as like a special event as opposed to normal music listening. This is normal music listening, so I just don't see it that way, you know. People prefer CDs, that's fine, they're good reasons too. Fucking the Outlaws, man. What was Marty doing with an Outlaws CD? I mean, it's really kind of funny. Yeah, Southern rock, kind of wussy, really. The Outlaws, they didn't really sound like outlaws. They sounded more like well-behaved citizens than outlaws, but you know, some of the songs are kind of good. It's not bad stuff. All right, Ingranaggi della Valle. I have no idea what this is. It looks kind of proggy, and we kind of were talking about Italian prog, but this also, it's on Black Widow, which probably means it isn't that old. Black Widow's done some good shit, by the way. It's a really interesting label, so I don't know. Lion's Share. I don't know, man. It looks kind of corny, that cover, but I don't know. For all I know, it's great. I don't know anything about this. There is a different band called Lion's Share. No, I'm thinking of Lion's Heart or something like that. So with Steve Grimmett in it, but that's definitely not Steve Grimmett right there. So, partially because Steve Grimmett was an ugly motherfucker. And these guys all look kind of normal. So, okay. Avanoth. I thought it said LGBT for a second. I was going to say that'd be a funny name for your album. I have no idea what this is. It looks like New Age or Ambient or something. There are liner notes. Here, let's see what the liner notes have to say. Tratto dal diario di un terrestre. Actually, it's something about a terrestrial diary. Yeah, it's all in Italian, that was the point. So that was sort of that funny joke, which kind of fell a little bit flat, I suspect, but what the hell. Here's another IQ. Titles are in English. There's a mustache that looks pretty dope. Actually, it's kind of weak. It kind of looks like your dad. American Blues, do their thing. Yeah, I thought maybe I heard of this, but I think I'm thinking of the American Blues Exchange. I don't know if it's the same thing or not, so. I don't know, man. There's other stuff in here that I know, but there's a lot of shit here that I don't, so. Yeah, Simian Mobile Disco, no idea. Synovial Joints, Steve Coleman and the Council of Balance. Fuck, man. I don't know, it's a big group, though. And it has like 10,000 percussionists. Yeah, I don't know any of these people, though, either, I don't think. Damn, man. So anyone who, like, watches my videos and think that I know a ton, that's just because I'm talking about shit that I know all the time. Like, yeah, fucking field work. No idea. It's a 3-piece. Piano, sax, and drums. It's probably jazz, but it's an unusual lineup for that. What else do we have here? Alright, Project X. No idea. Project 2. Is that really right? Maybe they're called Project, and like this is their 10th one, and this is their second one. I don't know though. Alright, this Brad Mehldau songs, I've heard of him. I don't know what his deal is though. Looks like a jazz trio. I don't even know, man. Folus Dactylus Concerto della Menti. It's kind of a cool looking cover. It's obviously Italian. I suspect it's Prague. Oh, especially since it's on Vinyl Magic. This is definitely Prague, but I don't know this group. The name rings a faint bell. I feel like I've heard of these guys, but I don't have any association. This is 1994 on here. I don't know if that's a reissue date or an original date. Whatever. Okay, now this right here, this one I know. And this is an absolute classic album. Waltz for Debbie by Bill Evans. Second half of the show that I'm just looking to see if the other one's in here now. It was a show that the trio played really shortly before Scott LaFaro died. So it was the two of them and then Paul Motion on drums, right? Just awesome, really lyrical, with Bill Evans' gentle touch piano trio stuff. I have to be in the right mood for piano trio stuff, but this is stuff that I tend to reach for when I am, because Bill Evans is one of the greatest. There's another one that I've heard of. This is Formula 3. I haven't heard these guys. I don't know them. Well, actually, I heard a little bit. It's on C1, which is a Korean label, which does a lot of Prague stuff too. But I know who these guys are. Okay, this is like an old Italian Prague group. This is 73. And if you look for them on YouTube, there's actually an awesome old video that has these guys playing with Stevie Wonder playing on drums with them. So it's like Stevie Wonder playing this with this Prague band in Italy. It's fucking fantastic, right? So yeah, Stevie Wonder's a great drummer, in case you didn't know that. All right, here's another one, man. Fucking Andrew Hill. Andrew Hill is awesome, man. This is some of my favorite jazz. Like the stuff from like the 60s when like the free jazz was kind of being heard and starting to be influential even among people who weren't necessarily playing free. So like this is kind of on the free end of the spectrum for a Blue Note release, but I wouldn't call it like balls out like free jazz like an Albert Eiler or Cecil Taylor or something. So it's just a really cool sort of walking line. Like it's like the next step beyond like the hard bop stuff they were doing. Maybe 2 or 3 steps beyond it. But in any case, fucking Andrew Hill is great, and that's a really good album. Todd Marcus, I do not know. Styx, I do know. And I'm glad to have this on CD because I'll have that perfect sound quality with no pops and crackles, but just like the pure like digital clean sound. Actually, I'm showing my age because people don't even say that shit anymore. But back in 1990, they did. Back in 1988, people fetishized that shit. All right, anyway, actually, this isn't that bad, though. I mean, Styx wasn't really terrible early on. I really like The Serpent is Rising. That's it. All right, Brian Blade Fellowship Perceptual. I have heard of this one, and this one got some accolades. And I actually didn't even realize I'd heard of it, but I recognize that pretty striking cover image. I haven't heard it, though. And actually, there's another one in here that I saw that I might as well pull out while we're talking about jazz shit that I should know but don't. Oh, fuck. Yeah, all right, this Kamasi Washington one, if I'm even pronouncing his name right. This record was held up as being fantastic. I mean, even like Anthony Fantano was talking about this. Yeah, I've heard a lot of very, very positive things about this, and I have not heard it. So, yeah, it's 2 discs. No, it's 3 discs. Holy shit. All right. Well, I'll have a chance to check it out. So this is my jazz to learn about pile. Jason Moran. It's on Blue Note. He looks like a little bit of a tool, but it might be great, Danny Brown, Atrocity Exhibition. Fucking hell, man. All right, Locanda della Fate. I've heard of these guys. This is another Italian Prague one. 1977, which is kind of late. But there was still Prague getting made in Italy that late. And some of it's really good, too. So, yeah, I'm trying to think what else I might know about these guys. But I'm coming up blank, man. I don't know anything. All right, this third stream music stuff with the Modern Jazz Quartet. I kind of like the Modern Jazz Quartet. I'm not a huge fan. I'm a little bit skeptical of what they were trying to do with this whole third stream thing, because they were talking about, you know, combining like classical style with jazz, and I think a lot of the times it sounds just kind of like not that great jazz. But I'm gonna give this a chance because I've spent very little time with the Modern Jazz Quartet, and I have not heard this particular album, which is known and also has Jimmy Giuffre on it, whom I like a lot. This is a classic. Art Blakey. I actually have this on record, I'm pretty sure. Fucking fantastic. Yeah, another classic with Art Blakey. This is great stuff. Art Blakey's like, you know, the quintessence of hard bop. You know? It's like, I mean, it's car commercial jazz, right? But it's really, but before it became that shit, you know what I mean? If you take that out of it and just listen to it for the music that it is, it's fantastic. I mean, straight hard bop is relatively straightforward as these things go, but you can't beat Art Blakey for it. Bill Withers. Still Bill. This has a hit on it, I think. Let Me in Your Life. What was Bill Withers' hit? Oh, it's the one that fucking Peter Frampton did a cover of. What's that song? The one that Peter Frampton had a big hit with. That. Fuck. I don't have any Peter Framptons, so I can't even look it up. What's your other Madhouse? Because, you know, if I'm listening to something else, that'll help me remember. It's going to be like all over the comments because people are going to know this, but fucking goddamn it. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Do you know who Peter Frampton is, even?
Not immediately.
You ever heard Frampton Comes Alive? It's kind of a shitty record. Yeah. People like it, but I think people romanticize it for bad reasons. It's not terrible, but it's not, like, great, you know? Oh, fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue. Actually, it's not on the tip of my tongue. It's, like, on the tip of my brain, because I can't quite place the song. If I could remember how it went, then I can't get the title, but fucking classic. I played the shit out of this one back in like 88, 89, 90, right around there. I have this on record now too, but it's all-time favorite right there. Henry Threadgill. Now this is another guy who actually has a hell of a reputation, but I really don't know him for shit. So I'm pretty stoked to check this out. This is pretty recent too. This is 2015. So this, you know, this is gonna be good for me, man, because I know so little about like current jazz. But I'm noticing that Jason Moran is on this, and there is another one in here by him. So none of these other names are jumping out at me, but yeah, Henry Threadgill. Oh fuck! I remember seeing this when it came out. I was working in the record store when this came out, and I don't think I've seen it since then. I don't think I ever heard it. Never paid attention to it. Oh wait, no, I lied. This is 2016. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking of. Okay, I'm just full of bullshit on this one, so just forget it. I do recognize that cover from somewhere, but... Alright, Kenny Barron, Night Path. That's funny, this one doesn't even have a jewel case. Oh, there's Charlie... There we go, though. I don't know, Gary Bartz, jazz, you know. Heard of Kenny Barron, I don't really know him. Charlie Parker. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Charlie Parker. I'm not the biggest bebop fan, but it's kind of hard to not be impressed when you're listening to Charlie Parker, you know? Don't know this one either. Perez, Patitucci, and Blade. We're getting down to the bottom here, man. Alright, The Intruders, On the Move. There was a band that did a really good funk record. It was called The Intruders, but I don't think that was, no, I'm thinking of The Invaders. Never mind. Yeah, The Intruders ring a faint bell, though. I remember it's soul shit. I probably would have known it once upon a time. Alright. Romantic Warrior by Return to Forever. I didn't give this record the time of day for years and years and years because it looks so fucking corny, you know? It's called Romantic Warrior for starters, right? And it's like fusion. It's 76. Okay, and it's thought of his fusion shit. Now, I listened to this once more, like, recently, or I, like, re-exposed myself to it or whatever, and I was actually impressed by how, like, good it was by way of prog rock. So that's my plan, is to listen to this as a prog album and see if I like it. And it might be great, but we'll see. Gil Scott-Heron. Look at this weird jewel case. Can you see that? Look at that with the rounded corners. You ever see that hinge? I've never seen that before.
Won't
I've seen a
break.
lot of CDs. Huh?
Said it won't break.
Not as easily anyway. I'll bet we could break it if we wanted to, though.
Well,
All right. Gil Scott-Heron has a distinction, actually, for having played one of the worst shows I've ever been to in my life. I mean, I like Gil Scott-Heron. I'm not a tremendous fan because I'm not really all that interested in his poetry stuff. When I was like, 20, I thought it was great and profound. Now that I'm more interested in sort of the jazz angle than the sort of militant angle, it impresses me less. But live, man, he was terrible. It was really kind of sad. I saw him at Yoshi's in Oakland, and it was just super boring, just not engaging. He didn't have any character. I mean, he's had problems with drugs, and I think that might have had something to do with it. But yeah, it was really kind of sad. All right, Wayne Shorter, Allegria, I guess. I don't know this one. I have a lot of Wayne Shorter, but nothing from 2003, so something new for me to check out. Jack DeJohnette with Mahal Richard Abrams, Roscoe Mitchell, Henry Threadgill. This looks like a good one, man. Although it's on ECM. What the fuck? Okay, these Chicago guys have had played some crazy ass shit. It's funny because Henry Threadgill's in the other one, but Roscoe Mitchell I know reasonably well. Yeah, we'll see. I'm expecting this one to be pretty fucking crazy. 2013, wow. All right, we're almost to the bottom here. All right, Darius Jones Quartet. No idea. Looks kind of interesting though. Sammy Davis Jr. This came from Marty Worm, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. is cool. But, and this is another great one to end on, actually, is George Russell. Because George Russell is really kind of underrated. He's fantastic. Again, kind of experimental jazz without being really free, but he was always trying like these different modalities and shit. He actually wrote a book that was really influential. Like, people like Miles Davis and like John Coltrane read this book and really took a lot from it. What was it called? I can't remember. Had to do with employing the Lydian mode though in jazz. Is like theoretical and like technical, like to the point where with only a couple of years of having studied music like me, it's still a hell of a lot to sort of absorb. So it's probably not of interest to most people who just like listening to records. But this is a great record. It has Don Ellis, Steve Swallow, Eric Dolphy, George Russell, of course, and yeah, he made several great albums. Aesthetics is one of them. I love this. So there we go. A lot of shit I don't know. And now if there's anything in here, I mean, this is kind of one of those deals where he was like, here's all the shit I don't need. And I said, okay, I'll figure out what to do with it, right? I mean, I want to listen to a lot of this stuff. But if you see something in here that I just showed and you're going, oh my God, I've been looking for that thing. I really need that. Let me know because, this isn't here just for me to sit here and hoard like when I show off records and shit like that. And this is sort of to find good homes for, let's say. So if my home is the good home, that's great. But if your home is the good home, Marty's not going to object. In fact, he'll be completely behind it. So let me know. And other than that, I don't know, man. I'll try to remember to report back on some of this shit at some point. But if you want to see a video where I'm just like looking at the shit stumped, today you have it. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed listening to Little Madhouse. I did. That's all I've got. See you next time.